Hello, and welcome to today's edition of It's Your Choice with Lena Johnson. I'm your host, Lena Johnson, and guess what? I'm traveling around the country. I'm so excited to be here today. I have 5 guests, as you can tell, and I'm going to start with the first one, which is Ashley Severe of Severe RPMS, Claims Adjusters and Inspections, and the CEO, I guess you would say his title, of Severe RPMS
Okay.
Academy. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Hey, Jolene, it's a pleasure to be with you. Thank you
It's
for having me on.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. And you all see these other 4 faces. These are students of the Academy. They just finished the Academy. And believe it or not, I was just there 2 weeks ago. I had one-on-one training with Ashley for a whole week. And then I missed the group training. And so we have them here and we're going to talk about being a claims adjuster, what you need to know, why you want to do it, what the
Right.
experience is, and how you can get some of the best training around. So I'm going to start and introduce Sean. And Sean is from Northern California, the Bay Area. How you doing, Sean?
Right.
All
I'm
right.
well. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. You're welcome. We have
Yes.
Nicola, and she's from Lakeland, Florida. How far is
Yeah,
that from Orlando?
it's about an hour. Yes. And
Okay.
thank you for having me as well.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We
Yeah.
have Richard, and Richard is from 4 hours away from Orlando. Was that north or south?
That's
South. Okay. Are you in the Miami area by chance?
Fort Lauderdale. It's
Oh,
in Fort Lauderdale.
okay, awesome. And the unique thing about Richard is, I'm looking at my notes if you all can't tell, he had a wife, a daughter, and a brother-in-law that were in the class. So I think that's amazing. They made it a family affair. We should all aspire to that. And finally, we have Andrea, and she's from Kissimmee, Florida. How are you, Andrea?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, good. So, for all of you who have watched my show before, and for those of you who have not, my background is in marketing, training, development, publishing, and ghostwriting books. And earlier this year, I had been so busy. I worked on 15 books in COVID, published 15 books. We wrote them and published them. And I was getting a little burnout on books. And I said, boy, I really want to do something to secure my future. I'm a middle-aged woman. I'll be 51 in just a couple of weeks. And I was like, you know what? I make good money when I'm doing the books, but I need more money to be able to live on and to be able to save. And so someone said, insurance adjusting, claims adjusting would be a great opportunity. And so they started talking to me about it. And I was like, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And then I took the class back in February and I was all excited. And my instructor was like, yeah, you don't have to worry about getting on those roofs. You can get a roofer to help you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, I can do it. And you all, if you know me, I went full-fledged steam ahead. I have a new vehicle. I had a little Toyota that wasn't going to work with my ladder. I got another vehicle. I got all my little tools of the trade. And then I got down to Florida to work with Ashley. And he's like, oh, no, you're going to need to get on roofs. I'm like, oh, my goodness. How am I going to get on roofs? And somehow I did it. So what I want to say as we're going forward is if you're interested in changing your income, if you're interested in giving more, doing more, and being able to contribute to other people, insurance claims adjusting is an awesome opportunity. It'll give you a chance to travel. It'll give you a chance to make great money. It'll give you a chance to make a great difference in people's lives, but it is going to take work. And one of the things that was most difficult for me is once I signed up, once I got my licenses in 11 states, which I found out I probably didn't need to do, I said, well, I'm looking at all this stuff online, but what do I actually do? How do I do this? And I was on YouTube one night and I saw Ashley Severe and I said, that guy is who needs to teach me. That man right there. And I did everything I could to find him. And I was like, I need to come to, where are you? Orlando, I need to come down there. And so I did that a few weeks ago and it was absolutely life-changing. So I'm just sharing my story with you because I won't really be telling too much more about this, but it's an introduction because sometimes you meet people in your life that absolutely change the course of your life. And I will tell you that working with him built my confidence. It showed me what to do. And I know I'll be ready when our big storm, whatever that next one is, happens this summer. So with that being said, Ashley, could you tell us, I know that you've been in construction for about 22 years. You've been doing claims adjusting for about 4 years and working all around Florida and all other places. And then you decided to start an academy to teach new adjusters what to do. So can you tell us why you decided to start the academy and what your goals are?
Well, to be frank with you, Jolene, in the years that I've worked insurance adjusting, I've seen a lot of people that come in very ambitious, very excited, but then they drop out. Or they'll struggle for a long time and then they're discouraged and they're not wanting to continue in the industry. And when I see this industry, I see it as a very volatile industry that you can make, unlimited income depending on how much energy and time you put into it. And so I began training probably after 6 to 8 months. I started training the team that I was working on, that we had started a residential dailies claims with a specific insurance carrier. And from that day on, I saw the need. And so this year I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start an academy, because I was training for IA firms, coming in and providing training for other trainers. And then I said, this year, I think we need to go ahead and start this academy and take it further. So sorry about that, Jolena. My camera there kind of dropped there.
No problem.
Can you hear me? Am I still there?
We're
Awesome.
good. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So I thought this year it was time for me to just go ahead and open up the opportunity, reach the community that I thought needed the reaching the most. So that's the whole goal and desire.
Awesome. And when I just want to clarify for people who are listening, an IA firm is an independent adjusting firm that is hired by an insurance company to go out and do claims for the insurance company. Is that correct?
That is correct, Jolene.
Okay, thank you. Check. No, we're learning. Okay.
That's right.
Let me go to Andrea. Andrea, you live in Florida, and I was told that you're a second-year desk adjuster, but you started last year with virtually no training. And so could you tell us that's what a little mouse told me. So can you tell us a bit about that and why you came to the Severe Academy? Tell me about that.
Well, yes, I actually did start last year doing desk adjusting. And when you get there for a claim, there's really no time for training, real in-depth training. So it's basically, you just got to get out there, you got to handle the claims, and you just learn as you go. That's the real OJT.
Okay. And so what's the difference between desk adjusting and field adjusting?
Well, once the field adjuster has his appointment with the insured and they submit their work, then the desk adjuster then goes in and addresses any additional damages.
Mm-hmm.
And we address additional living expenses. We address there's anything else that may come up regarding the policy and the damages.
Okay, gotcha. And so lastly, why did you decide to come to training this year if you did this last year? What happened?
Because there's still so much to learn. I don't feel like I know everything that I should know, even though I'm doing it. And I'm a lot more confident than I was when I first started. However, I feel to have the additional training would make me a better adjuster.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was great. Nicola, I'm going to go with you next. You see, we have all these ladies on here. I'm so excited. It's a rare thing. I mean, my goodness. So you're about an hour away from Orlando, and tell us a little bit about you and why you came to this.
Okay. Well, I was working in the medical field, and I had to do multiple jobs to survive as a single mom. And I was just tired. Someone told me about the insurance industry and tried that, and it wasn't for me. And somehow I fell into this, had my license for about a year, finally got a deployment. It was traumatic, no help, didn't know what I was doing, talking about frustration, spend all my money, and was, it really bothered me that I was like, no one to help me, and I didn't understand. So when I was going to quit, to be honest. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I knew it was something that would be beneficial to me and my daughter. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to wait or find something somewhere. And I rather closer, because I went to Alabama, I went to Texas, and it's just spending money. But I said, I don't mind investing in myself, but I want something that is going to bring a return, And so when I saw this in Orlando, I saw YouTube as well. And when I saw it in Orlando, I was like about to do backflips. Okay. I was like, yes, this is for me. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try. And I tell you, it was the best thing. It was the best experience for me. I learned so much. And I know that after my experience with my deployment, not knowing anything, I know what I have now will help me. It's much more than I, you know what I'm saying, that they gave me on deployment, much more. And I know I can go far with the knowledge that I have now. So I appreciate you, Ashley, and just the training and the networking, the amazing people that I've met, and just to know that people are there to encourage and to back you up. I'm happy. I'm just grateful that I was able to do that, and I'm glad I made the decision to spend the money. Yeah.
Awesome. And for those of you who don't know, so basically, if you have a claim at your house and you're like, okay, my let me see what might happen. My garbage disposal started leaking. I didn't know, and everything's wet down here, and I'm going to call my insurance company. You kind of have to think, okay, what is my deductible, and should I call my insurance company because this may or may not pan out? And then your insurance company will likely send someone. They'll send either an inside adjuster or they'll send an outside adjuster, which that's what we are, independent claims adjusters. And then we'll come and check it out. We'll take pictures all over your house. We'll take pictures of the affected areas, and we'll do it in a particular order. That's what we learned from Ashley, right, everybody?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We do all that. Then we have to go and we have to write up the claim and submit the claim. And then eventually they'll get back to you and tell you if your claim, if you actually have a valid claim, how much it is, how much you're going to get, how much you're going to have to pay. And so a lot of times we just don't know about that as consumers. And a lot of times people have really, really high deductibles, but they don't know how that's going to affect them.
That's
Ashley,
correct.
yes, you were going to say something.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Okay, see, I learned all this. I'm just so excited.
Yes, ma'am.
We have, let's go to our two men we haven't heard of. Now I have Sean and Richard to choose from. I'm going to choose Richard first because Richard actually came, as I mentioned, with his wife, his daughter, and his brother-in-law, and they were all in the class. And you all came up from Southern Florida. So tell me, what is going on? Is your whole family planning on getting and adjusting? And what happened this week for you?
Yes, the whole family just wanted to get involved, want to do their thing and want to make their own income. And somewhere down the line, build this as a brand with our family and start our own firm and stuff like that. We just start out from the beginning. Just like I said, I heard about this AI independent adjustment about a couple of years ago. And I'm like, man, I know nothing about policy. I know nothing about home improvement. So that's not for me. I was doing my job. I make pretty good money. I made $86,000 last year. And I'm like, okay, but I worked my butt off for it. And then my wife came up to me like, man, what we make it, what you made, guys are making that in 2-3 months. You got to, we just got to go out there and just believe and invest in ourselves and just trust that everything gonna pan out. I'm like, man, babe, I don't know nothing about this area. And we went to the class and man, it seemed overwhelming when I first got in there, then asked you in with the teaching, and he had a layout, a book of just from step to step of how you go in there, how you take pictures, how you just, everything is just coming to you so easy. I'm like, wow, I missed so many opportunities, so many years and money and hard work. It could have been easy. We could have been set. And my daughter just graduated, and she wanted to just take a leap year from school, going to college and everything. And she like, Dad, I want to be a part of this. And we just all came together and see how it was. And that was the best opportunity, the best decision that we made, especially as a family. And she's still talking about it now. She's just excited. She just can't wait till she get her first, as we say, first video or deployment.
Oh my gosh. You know what? You have warmed my heart because I want everybody. That's one of the reasons I want to do this interview. I want everybody to know that this is an opportunity. And I cannot imagine what my life would have been like had I started doing adjusting at 18.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know how wealthy we would be? Before I get to you, Sean, let me just say one thing. Ashley, now, I saw you on the video and you said you made $75,000 in 1 month. I'm alluding to what Richard said, okay?
That's correct.
75 in 1 month. And I said, I got to go. He has to teach me what he knows. Is that how you all feel too? If he
Yes.
then at least I can learn from the best so I can do it too, okay?
Yes.
Correction, Jolene. Correction.
Oh,
28
it was
days.
73.
No, 28 days.
It's 28 days. Okay, so Sean, before we come to you, Ashley, what does it take? Uh-oh, I think you're stuck, Ashley. Uh-oh. Okay, he's frozen. Okay, we'll come back to Ashley then. Okay, Sean. So
Hey,
uniquely, you flew all the way from Northern California down to Orlando, Florida to do this training.
absolutely.
And you just became an adjuster in less than a month ago. So tell us what happened. What's going on here?
I've seen Ashley on an interview, on a YouTube interview, and it was he sincerely appeared to want to help new people into the business, and I found that out to be absolutely true when I met him. I landed on, I believe, Thursday night, got here Friday, and on Saturday he took me out into the field, and like 7 o'clock in the morning or so, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning or so, and just was since that day. And since that day, he's just been an incredible help. I mean, he showed me literally as much as he could during that time, like every single part of the process. And I owe Ashley as well as the rest of my classmates everything. Like they've helped me throughout. You know, Andrea has been an incredible help in terms of like encouragement. Nicola, the same, just been very encouraging and uplifting during the class. Richard, he's always there to, he was there to help me scope with inside the building and helping along with Florida. Every single one of my classmates have been incredible. Olivier has been like an uplifting person within the classroom. And that's the environment that Ashley, along with his wife, has created in the classroom. She facilitated everything. I mean, there wasn't a need at all. We had refreshments there. It was well organized and ready to go. And I owe Ashley more money, honestly. You know what I mean? Like I really owe him more. I owe him more because he made it a point, he made it a point to like if I was eager to learn, he took the time out to really help me understand his perspective on the industry and to shape a positive outlook on it because newer adjusters have a high fail rate when doing this business. But if you do get over the hump of adjusting, being a newer person in adjusting, then you have really great earning potential. And he had shown me, as well as the class, an entire process from A to Z on how to get there in a comfortable way. And even beyond that, beyond a instructor in the class, he's been a mentor just that fast within the class, like literally just that fast. He's asked me if I've needed help. He's made sure that my hotel accommodations were great, and he's an incredible person. Like in all sincerity, an incredible person, and I'm extremely thankful to have him in my life. Honestly,
Well, that was awesome. Okay,
Well, thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
this is applause in sign language. That was awesome.
I feel like I can't fail in this industry with the group.
Uh-oh. Sean is frozen. Okay. I don't know what's happening.
This first group that we have,
Okay, Sean.
we have a pretty close-knit group, and I would like to do.
I'm sorry, Sean, you froze for a moment. You said you can't fail, and then we didn't hear what else you said.
I see. I'm sorry about that connection. So what I was saying is that with Ashley and the help of my classmates, the network with my classmates, there's no way that that we can fail because everyone within the class was absolutely willing to help one another and being encouraging and sharing information with one another. And we'll take the time out to work with each other, whether it's via Zoom or in person. So yeah. I can't say enough about Ashley in the group, seriously.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. And I can tell you're very sincere about that. And I want to apologize. Although the air conditioner is blowing, I keep steaming up here. So excuse me, my glasses are fogging, if you all probably noticed. So that's why I keep wiping them off. I don't want to act like you don't see it, and I see it and I feel it. So I probably need my fan too. But anyway, I told you I was 50, almost 51. So anyway. Hey, this is real life. Okay, so I'm going to go back to what I was saying to Ashley, right? Ashley, before you dropped off for just a moment, I was saying that you had talked about earning the $75,000 in 28 days. And so what we want to know is, what does it take? Because that's an astronomical number for most of us. So can you tell us what it takes? And it doesn't have to be long, because I want people to reach out to you, right? But what does it take as an adjuster, a mindset, a skill level, in order to generate that type of money? And I'm sure it doesn't happen overnight. So what does it take? What do we need to do? And especially for somebody who's thinking about doing what we all did.
Well, what it takes, first of all, is a desire. I mean, if money doesn't motivate us, I'm not sure what will. You know what I'm saying? A desire to take your earning income potential to another level. The second thing is the mindset that you gotta approach this as your personal business. You're building your brand, and you're building an income. And you just gotta take it as, I'm on deployment, I'm here to work, and then I'll have fun when I go home. Your mindset should be just to get in there and put in the work. I mean, everybody wants a luxurious and relaxing lifestyle, but you gotta work. I like to tell my kids, you do what you gotta do so that you can do what you wanna do. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a commitment. I was sharing briefly in the class the schedule that I had when I produced that kind of income. I would do 6 claims for 2 days, and the third day I would just write. So after I inspect six claims for that day, I come back to my vehicle. I'll eat dinner. I'll go to sleep. Wake up about 8, 9 o'clock at night. I will work to midnight. Go back to bed. Wake up at 5 in the morning, and work on a couple more claims, and then I'll go out to my first inspection, 7:30 that morning. I mean, it takes a different kind of mindset.
Okay, thank you for that. And so I want to clarify for anyone who doesn't know, when we talk about deployments, you all might have heard recently that there was Hurricane Elsa, then it was downgraded to Tropical Storm Elsa, then it kind of went back up, et cetera, et cetera. So what happens is storm season, and Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, but storm season is usually June 1st to November 1st. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And so basically, the weather is getting worse, as you all can tell. It's getting worse around the world. So there's going to be more claims. There's going to be more needs for people to do this type of work. And so basically, you need to get licensed. I actually went through a Texas licensing firm, and I loved it. Lorenzo Jackson was my instructor, and I loved doing that. And he brought me a lot of confidence, and he actually introduced his daughter at 19 to doing the work. And so now she's 29 and she's living high on the hog in California, still doing the work, because she became an insurance adjuster at a young age. And personally, I'm involved with young people at my church and different things like that. And I want everybody to know about this opportunity. That's deal correct. Is, not only do you need to get licensed, but then you need to go somewhere and figure out how to do it. Because you can watch all these videos, but when you can actually go somewhere and someone like Ashley can actually stand and say, this is what you do, this is why you do it, this is how you get into it, and this is what they're looking for, and this is what it should look like at the end, then it's awesome. And so this is why I wanted you all to know this. As my listeners, I want you all to check it out. Ashley, what is your website?
My website is severerpmsadjusters.com.
Okay, severerpmsadjusters.com. So I want you to go on his site. Was that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I want you to go on his site. I want you to check out what claims adjusting is, what type of services he offers. And then also, I don't think he has a new class yet. You don't have it scheduled yet, right?
Not yet. I'm planning on one next month. I would like to do it monthly. So with the way the storm season is, I got to try to plan it strategically. Because no matter the date that I schedule, I will be committed to be there, storm or no storm. We will be there.
Awesome. And so basically, if anyone's listening or watching, just understand that, we have to have our cars packed. See, I was in Florida and then I left Ashley. I was actually in the office when Ashley got the claim, and he's like, oh, I can't do it this day. Well, maybe I need to do it tomorrow. And then I was sitting right there when he called Sean and said, Sean, we got a claim in the morning. And he was like, I'm gonna be there at 6:30. Sean's like, I'm gonna be outside at 6:20. I'm like, okay.
That's it. Yep.
And so I have not met any of these people except Ashley, but I do know that I came before and I was so excited and I wanted Ashley to have a great week and I want him to continue to prosper because you guys, we need him. We need people like you who are willing to teach us what to do. Are you in that right, Nicole?
Yes, we do.
Yes, I agree. Definitely.
Something to say.
And just to add to all the viewers, this is not a watch a video type of class. This is on the projector, in your face, one-on-one, break it down, real life teaching, like all of us need, just wanted to add that.
Thank you. And so, yes, Nicola.
I want to say I've never been on a roof in my life, nor did I ever intend to be on a roof. And I went on and he just gave me so much confidence. I went on like I knew what I was doing, like I've done it before for my first experience. So I'm grateful for that. And I do have a slight fear of heights, but at that moment, I didn't feel it, I'm not saying I can go higher than what we did. It was a normal roof, but it's a great experience. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sean, you had your hand up?
Oh, yes. I was just going to share that even down to customer interaction, just how to even conduct ourselves, whether it be with the IA firm, with the client, with the insured as well. There are so many like little nuances within the adjusting field and business, and he shares all of it, so it is absolutely worth the time and energy and money involved. You're going to be whoever decides to join will be, they'll be good to go. There's no question about
family. That. Yes, because I feel like through this interview, you all are welcoming me into the family, even though I'm the only one that wasn't in the class.
You're welcome.
So I do want to, actually, I was going to talk to you a little bit more, but they're doing a great job. So just,
Yes, they are.
Okay. So, Andrea, and Nicola, we're women. Now this is, okay. So I'm just going to put it out here. I didn't know who was going to be on this, but to have 6 Black independent adjusters on one call, licensed adjusters on one call. This is and 3 women.
That's right.
Okay. And none of us are in our teens. How about that? So what is the deal? What made you decide that you wanted to do this, Andrea?
Well, okay, so I'm an event planner, and last year when COVID hit, all events were shut down. I was a little bit, stressed, and I was talking to my cousin, and I was like, what can I do that's recession proof, COVID proof, everything proof? And she says, well, I know somebody, let me give her a call and see if you can talk to her. And I did. She told me exactly what I needed to do. I went ahead and I did my course. I got my license, and in a month, I was out on my first appointment.
Wow. And how did that go?
So the first appointment was a little bit stressful. No, a lot of stress, a lot stressful. But that's because, like I said, when the claims start coming in and there's so many claims, there's really no time to teach you. So in order to be efficient and proficient, it's good to have a class like this before you get out there, because you learn everything from A to Z, what's expected of you and how you can be your best self and accommodate and do all that you need to do for the insured. So it's a win-win.
I love it. I love it. This is so awesome. And I want people to know when we're talking about deployment. So like I said, when there's a big storm, these different independent adjuster firms will call you. Now, what you're going to have to do though, is you're going to have to get your resume together, and you're going to have to apply to these different firms and take their classes so that you can learn. And some of them have universities. So they'll say, okay, you have to take, these 5 classes online for us, or you have to do this or do that. Or even with Ashley's class, he's offering the little certificates and everything for the things that you've learned. So one of the big things is Xactimate and Symbility. These are 2 programs that we have to know in order to be able to do the claim. So I'm going to explain why you need them, and then Ashley's going to tell us a little bit about them. So basically, once you do the claims, you write down the information on your paper, or you put it on your pad, or you do whatever you're doing. Then you have to come back, as Ashley mentioned, and go to your hotel room, or go to your van if you have a sleeping van, and you have to process the claim. So you have to actually draw a sketch and put it in the claim. So you use either Xactimate or Symbility based on the particular company and their request for you to process this. So tell us a little bit about those two, Ashley.
Okay. As you said, Xactimate and Symbility is the estimating software that you will be using to process most of your claims, unless that particular carrier has a different CMS system they want you to use to process the claim. So Xactimate has been around for a very long time, and I've been telling people for the longest that there's this new estimating software called Symbility. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's the new kid on the block. Most carriers are switching over from Xactimate to Symbility. So it's imperative to make yourself marketable and available to know both systems.
And you teach it in your class, and I'm so excited. You guys, we are ahead of the rest because
Yes.
Symbility. Isn't that exciting?
Sure.
Mhm.
Okay, well, as we're wrapping up, I just want people to not only have more questions, but to ask more questions. To go back to Ashley's site. What is your website again, Ashley?
SevereRPMSadjusters.com.
Excellent. I want you to go there because he talks about his classes, he talks about his offerings, and he also has a whole list of things that you need to get. So you do need a ladder, okay?
Right.
And you do need a tape measure, and you do need these boots, which I have to buy these boots. I was looking at them yesterday. They're $160 for the boots I want. And you guys, there are these boots that you climb, you get on the roof and you stick to the roof. So what I'm saying is I'm going to go ahead and get these boots because I want to stick to the roof because I don't want to fall off the roof. Okay. But at the same time, I'm just looking at it like these boots. So anyway, what are they called? Cougar paws? Is that what it is?
Cougar paws. That's correct.
Yes.
That's
I wanted to make sure you said it because I didn't want them to think I was joking. They're really called cougar paws.
That's correct.
You stick to the roof, and that's what you want to do. And I want to go back to the ladies one more time. We don't see a lot of adjusters as women adjusters in the field. And so I'm very excited that not only Nicola and Andrea are doing this, but also Richard's daughter and his wife. Okay, because if you all can make this a family affair, just like he said, can you imagine if you go out and you're deployed and half of your family is over here and half your family's over here and you guys are generating this type of income? We're talking about generational wealth, and we're talking about that you don't necessarily have to have a degree to do. You don't have to have a particular background to do. You just have to have some work ethic. And the main thing is, even when you have work ethic, you need somebody like Ashley who's going to help build your confidence and teach your skills. And everybody's shaking their head. And I'm telling you, that's probably the biggest thing I got out of this, because I was like, I believed I could do it, right? I just didn't know how to do it. How did all these pieces come together, and how am I going to complete this? Did anybody feel the same way before you?
Yes. Definitely.
Ashley is the proof of success in this industry.
Yes.
He's the proof, you know.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
So Ashley, I just want to say, so even though I didn't really plan this to go like this, I guess it's kind of a tribute to you to say thank you for who you are, for your integrity, for your genuine care for people.
Yes.
And for your willingness to make a difference in people's lives, in their own individual lives, and also in the lives of our clients and the people that you work for and work with. It is so important. And I promise from this point forward, I told you when I was down there that I would do everything to tell everybody about you so that they could come to you. And I know that you have other advocates here. And I want people to know that this is like, you know, we have 6 African Americans on here, and at the same time, it's a rainbow coalition. Okay, so
that's right.
Who are in this industry who look a lot.
I want to clarify, we're Caribbean also, you know.
Oh, and Caribbean. I didn't mean to.
I just want to clarify.
You know, I'm a Black woman from Iowa, so I apologize.
Listen, we're all, you know, we're all in the same, you know, we're family. We're all family.
I know you're gonna get me there. Good. If you want to change your life, if you're willing to do some work, and if you appreciate genuine support, encouragement, and help when you're out here on the roof, help when you're sitting in your hotel room and it's midnight and you need to know what to do, this is how you're going to be prepared, and your life can change. So Ashley, before I sign off, Sean, do you have anything? What would you say? Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody actually. Okay, so one tip or one recommendation for anybody who's getting ready to be a new adjuster, and I'm gonna finish with you, Ashley. So one thing you want people to know about this. Sean, you go first.
Sure. I would say, you mean in regards to being in the class?
No, not necessarily the class, adjusting, or it could be the class, but just Okay, if you want to
Okay.
be an adjuster,
Oh, I would say preparation, just being prepared, prior to showing up to either the insurance home as well as just even the class. It's just being prepared, making sure that all of your tools are working properly, whether that be your ladder, ensuring that those things are working properly, and or software, whatever the case may be, just having that preparation so that it'll reduce stress overall, and I think that's like a major takeaway that I got from Ashley is his preparation prior to even showing up is, impeccable. So I appreciate that. That was a big takeaway for me.
excellent. Thank you. Andrea?
My takeaway is to try to learn as much as you can, in same preparation, while you're on the deployment, because each deployment is different. All the damages are different. States require different, have different requirements. So just be prepared to learn more, because every time you go out there, it's a learning experience. Just be receptive, be open, and then try to be just the best you to give the customers the best experience, because you're actually representing the carriers when you go out there. So we have to kind of put ourselves aside and just think, regardless of how the customer feels, normally they're upset because they're not used to having all these damages. They're not used to needing people to help them like this. So we have to put ourselves in their shoes and try and give them the best customer experience possible.
Very good. Thank you. All right, Richard, how about you?
I pretty much follow the same area. Information, that's the word I use, information. The more you know, just learn more and more and more and more. Like what I said, it's always good, or I said the best thing for me and my family was going to the class, the school, and the information that we got, it just built the hunger just to want to know more and more and more, because the more you know, the more you'll get from it.
More confident.
And the more confident you'll build for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Nicola?
I'd have to say, know your why. It's not going to be easy. It's not sunshine and rainbows. It's work. And you have to be driven, So you have to know your why, and don't be afraid to network and communicate with people and ask for help. So I really believe what I noticed with Ashley is that fact that he networked, he had people that had strengths that he gleaned from, and so therefore with all of us, we're going to have to ask for help to become better. And so know your why and encourage yourself and know that you can do it. If someone else can do it, you can do it too. We can do it, and we can be successful, and we can achieve what we desire. It's up to us. So
absolutely. Thank you so much. Before I ask you, Ashley, I would say it's good to have someone who is open and honest and practical about what to expect. That's what I really appreciated about Ashley. I now know what to actually expect. We were out there. We went to several claims in a day. One day he picked me up, I think it was at 5:30 in the morning, and we went to a claim. I mean, these are some of the things that are going to happen. And a few times I was like, am I crazy? Am I really going to be able to do this? And then I was like, you know what? I work hard. And being a ghostwriter and a publisher, I work really, really hard, and I use my brain so much. But oftentimes people can't necessarily pay me what I really deserve to make based on my experience, and also what I should make and what I need for retirement. And so, especially when you get to a certain stage in life, you have to make some hard choices. And I just feel like midlife, like I've lived most of my life. And so what I want to do now, my goal is to work as much as I can for the next 5 years, to do as much as I can, and then set my retirement up. That's my goal. And that's one of the reasons I shared how old I was. So I want you to know it's not impossible. And as the ladies talked about desk adjusting and also field adjusting, there are opportunities for you. And so if you get with someone like Ashley who can show you what to do and what not to do, you have choices. You have technical skills, you have proficiency, and then you can go out there and stake your claim. So that's my advice, is just find somebody, and this is who I recommend, who can support you in being successful. Do not try to do it on your own, because I was out there for a few months just looking for some help, just looking. And now you have what you need right here. So
Yeah.
Ashley, so with this being said, please tell us if, I think it was a 6-day class. Am I correct? Was it 6 days?
That is correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in 6 days, you had people come, you taught them Symbility and Xactimate, and you took them on a roof, and you had inside, did I hear something about you were doing some inside measuring in the building or
That's
something?
correct.
Okay.
Absolutely, that is correct.
Yeah.
So
That is
that was with, so you're just not using tape measures, you're using those electronic.
Laser measures.
Okay. And
Yep,
then I
that's
have
correct.
also a moisture meter that I haven't used yet, but I can't wait to use it.
That's right. You don't want to leave money on the table. Absolutely.
Right. So, sorry. So, Ashley, would you tell us what's the main reason that anybody should come down to your academy?
Well, I like to leave with 2 quotes. I like to share this quote that information gives us the ability to make decisions with confidence. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know what you don't know. You know,
True.
if you want to do something and you want to be the best at it, you have to go and get the information. That gives you the confidence. And the second quote, I like to take it from Denzel Washington. There's 2 kinds of people in the world. There's trained and the untrained. Which one do you want to be? So I would encourage people, if you want to get into insurance adjusting and you want to secure your position and growing and learning, get trained. Get trained, because when you get out there on deployment, they're throwing you into the fire. And we call it trial by fire. So it's best to be trained before you get out there.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Ashley, thank you so much. I want to thank you, Sean, you, Richard, you, Nicola, you, Andrea. I want to thank you all for your time, for your effort to do this, because you did have a long week and you didn't have to come on here and do this. And I know that I can tell you all learned so much. And I look forward to seeing you in the field. I think this is wonderful when you can have people that you can relate to and you can rely on, because
Yes.
some of these things are going to be hard. And you all just remember, you know, the fires are burning in the Western United States. Okay. And so there has to be somebody who goes out there to help with those fires. And we're talking about
That's
Arizona, New Mexico, California, Nevada, all these different places are on fire. And so it's kind of weird as an adjuster. This I'll leave you all with this. It's kind of weird because when Elsa was happening, I was like, well, where's the storm? Where's the storm? So it felt weird to want to do a claims, because then somebody's going to have some issues, right? At the same time,
That's right.
these things are going to happen. And if they're going to happen, then at least you can go out there and help the people and help yourself. How about that?
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
So I just want to say, as we're closing up, thank you so much for watching this special edition of It's Your Choice with Lena Johnson, where we overcome life's obstacles because you matter. This is an opportunity for you to change your life, to change your finances, to change the lives of other people. And I just say, check out Ashley Severe at Severe RPMS. Adjusters.com. Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jolene.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Lena.
Bye-bye.